Hey, lover girls. Okay, Valentine's Day is officially over. The roses are drying, the chocolate is half gone, the Instagram stories have expired. And now it's quiet, or disappointing, or confusing, or you're happy, but low key waiting for the other shoe to drop. So let's talk about all three, okay? Because what happens after the flowers are gone tells you more about your nervous system than it does about your man. Let that sink in, sis. So let's start with the first situation. It was amazing. Now it's crickets. Maybe Valentine's weekend was magical. He showed up, he planned, he posted you, you felt chosen. And now, a couple of days later, it's slower, less texting, back to work mode, energy shift. And your body is like, wait, why does this feel different? Did I do something? Is he pulling away? Should I pull back first? That reaction, that is not intuition. That is your nervous system scanning for danger. So think about this. Your body does not measure love by logic, it measures it by consistency and safety. If you grew up in unpredictability, calm can definitely feel suspicious. All right, so maybe we're on to the next point of he disappointing you. So maybe it wasn't magical. Maybe he did the bare minimum. Maybe he forgot. Maybe he canceled. Maybe he didn't clarify where you two stand. And maybe he just gave you vibes instead of effort. And you smiled through it. But inside, you shrank. You told yourself, it's okay. It's not that deep. Maybe I'm asking for too much. But pay attention to your body. Did your chest feel tight? Listen carefully, sis. Disappointment is information, it is not drama. Your nervous system tightened because your expectation and your reality did not match. The problem is not that you felt it. The problem is if you abandon yourself just to keep the peace. Now let's move on to scenario three. You have a healthy relationship, but you're waiting for the shoe to drop. Now, this one is the sneaky one. You're in something good. He communicates, he's steady, he's emotionally available. And you're low key thinking, this is too good. When is it going to change? Let me not get too comfortable. That is called hypervigilance disguised as wisdom. Let me tell you, peace can feel unsafe when chaos was your normal. If you were trained to brace for impact, calm feels like the setup. But ladies, lover girls, sweethearts, sisters, healthy love is not a plot twist. It's a rhythm. So what headspace should you be in? Not delusional, not detached, not spiraling. You need to be in a regulated headspace. Regulated means you are not chasing, you are not withdrawing to punish, you're definitely not fantasizing extremes, and you're not creating a breakup in your head. You are observing, you are grounded, and you are curious. So let's talk about how to get there mentally. Are we taking notes? Pause the video right here, sis, and go get your journal. Number one, you want to separate facts from fear. Okay, let's try this. Fact: he hasn't texted you today. Your fear? He's losing interest. Okay, so we have our T chart. I'm writing this down. Fact: he didn't plan anything big. Your fear? I'm not valued. Fact: things are calm. Fear? It won't last. Again, make your list, make your T chart, write it down. When you separate facts from stories, your nervous system calms down, even if it's a little bit hard to chew, because clarity is regulating. So that's mentally. Let's talk about how to get there emotionally. Number two, your body needs safety cues. Before you send the "so what are we doing" text, please pause. Put your hand on your chest. Breathe in for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 6. Tell yourself, I am safe. I do not need to react to be secure. Listen up, ladies. Reacting is not power. Regulating is power. If you respond from regulation, your words will carry weight instead of anxiety. That was how to get there emotionally, all right? So, number 3, how to get there spiritually. Now, let's talk soul, okay? If a man's energy shift destabilizes you, that's not about him. That's about where your identity is anchored. You cannot make a human your emotional oxygen. He can be a blessing. Ladies, lover girls, he cannot be your source. You've got to ground yourself in prayer, journaling, worship, a walk outside, gratitude for who you are becoming. Your spirit needs to remember, I am chosen because I am God's daughter, not because a man brought roses. That right there, lover girls, that's unbreakable energy. So let's take a look at this. Post Valentine reality is not about him pulling away. It's about noticing where you may still wobble. And wobbling is not a weakness, it's awareness. The goal is not to stop feeling, the goal is to stop spiraling. You don't need to double text. You don't need to pretend you don't care. You don't need to start over analyzing his tone. You don't need to create emotional distance to protect yourself. Let me tell you, in my past, I've done all these things, and that's how I know to be able to tell you now. You got to regulate, observe, communicate clearly if needed, and for sure, stay rooted in yourself. So, ladies, my 90-day, I'm sorry, 90, where did I get that from? My 9-week intensive program called Unbreakable is not about becoming cold, but it is surely about becoming stable. It's about your nervous system no longer being held hostage by someone else's behavior. Let me just put a pin there real quick. I teach middle school, and I tell my girls this all the time. You cannot allow another man or another boy's opinion of you, his thoughts of you, to determine your behavior and your next moves. It's about your peace, not rising and falling with text messages. So that's the work that we've got to do. Now that the flowers are gone, who are you when it's quiet? That answer, that's where your power lives. Let this all sink over. Replay this video if you need to. Take a couple of notes. And please take some deep breaths. And take heed to what I said about what you need to do. I'll see you next Wednesday for more of our Unbreakable webinar series. And April 14th, that's when Unbreakable launches and we go deeper. Please see the description below for all of your information of where you can find Unbreakable and all Lover Girl recovery resources. Love yourself and never settle. We'll see you next time.